uncovering the mysteries of the pyramids. Were they built by giants? The ancient Egyptian pyramids have long captivated the imagination of people around the world. These colossal structures, built thousands of years ago, continue to baffle and intrigue us with their sheer scale, precision, and the unanswered questions surrounding their construction. One of the most intriguing theories that has emerged over the years is the idea that the pyramids were not built by human hands alone, but rather by a race of giant beings. In this in-depth exploration, we'll delve into the evidence and theories that challenge the conventional narrative about the origins of these magnificent monuments. From the alignment of the pyramids to the Orion constellation, to the mysterious temple of Angkor Wat in Cambodia, we'll uncover a web of interconnected clues that suggest a much more complex and ancient story behind the construction of these wonders of the ancient world. One of the most fascinating discoveries made by researchers Robert Bauval and Graham Hancock was the apparent alignment of the three main pyramids of Giza with the three stars in the belt of the Orion constellation. This remarkable correspondence has led to the hypothesis that the ancient Egyptians were intentionally replicating the celestial arrangement of these stars on the ground. As the researchers delved deeper, they made an even more astonishing discovery. One of the three pyramids, the Pyramid of Menkaure, is slightly out of alignment with the other two. This discrepancy immediately raised questions, as it seemed inconceivable that a civilization capable of constructing such precise and massive structures would make such a seemingly obvious mistake. The three main pyramids of Giza are aligned with the three stars in the belt of the Orion constellation. The Pyramid of Menkaure is slightly out of alignment with the other two pyramids, suggesting a deliberate design choice. The researchers measured the angle of deviation between the three pyramids and found it to be exactly the same as the angle of deviation between the three stars in Orion's belt. This discovery led the researchers to conclude that the ancient Egyptians must have possessed a level of astronomical knowledge and engineering prowess that far exceeded what is commonly believed. The precision with which they were able to replicate the celestial arrangement on the ground is truly remarkable, and it raises the question of how they were able to achieve such feats without the aid of modern technology. The connection between the pyramids of Giza and the stars in the sky is not limited to the Orion constellation. Researchers have also discovered a similar pattern in the layout of the Temple of Angkor Wat in Cambodia. The Temple of Angkor Wat is a massive complex consisting of 16 or 18 individual temples, and it has been found to be aligned with the constellation of the Dragon. Just as with the pyramids of Giza, the researchers measured the distances between the individual temples and the angles of the curves that form the constellation and found them to be an exact match. The Temple of Angkor Wat in Cambodia is aligned with the constellation of the Dragon. The distances between the individual temples and the angles of the curves that form the constellation are an exact match. This suggests that the ancient builders of Angkor Wat were also replicating a celestial arrangement on the ground. This discovery further reinforces the idea that ancient civilizations around the world were engaged in a deliberate effort to replicate celestial patterns on the ground, suggesting a level of astronomical knowledge and engineering prowess that challenges our understanding of their capabilities. The alignment of these ancient structures with the stars in the sky has given rise to a fascinating legend known as the Legend of the Seven Wise Builders. According to this legend, a group of 7 wise individuals traveled the Earth, leaving behind a network of megalithic structures that were designed to represent specific celestial arrangements. The legend suggests that these builders were not merely constructing monuments, but rather creating a physical representation of a mysterious plan that they were tasked with conveying to future generations. The idea that these structures were built with the specific purpose of aligning with the stars and constellations lends credence to the theory that they were not the result of mere chance or coincidence, but rather a deliberate and coordinated effort. The legend of the 7 wise builders suggests that a group of 7 wise individuals traveled the Earth, leaving behind a network of megalithic structures designed to represent specific celestial arrangements. These structures were not just monuments, but rather physical representations of a mysterious plan that the builders were tasked with conveying to future generations. The alignment of these structures with the stars and constellations suggests a deliberate and coordinated effort, rather than mere chance or coincidence. This legend, combined with the evidence of the celestial alignments, raises intriguing questions about the true nature and purpose of these ancient structures. Were they built by a highly advanced civilization, or perhaps even by a race of giant beings, as some have theorized? Another fascinating aspect of the pyramid and megalithic structure mystery is the connection to the precession of the equinoxes, a phenomenon that has been recognized by various ancient cultures, including the Hindus, Toltecs, Mayans, and Egyptians. The precession of the equinoxes is a slow, cyclical movement of the Earth's axis, which takes approximately 26,000 years to complete one full cycle. This cycle is divided into different eras, and according to the legends of these ancient cultures, the transition between these eras is often marked by significant upheaval and change. The precession of the equinoxes is a slow, cyclical movement of the Earth's axis that takes approximately 26,000 years to complete one full cycle. Ancient cultures, such as the Hindus, Toltecs, Mayans, and Egyptians, recognized and divided this cycle into different eras. The transition between these eras is often associated with significant upheaval and change, according to the legends of these ancient cultures. The alignment of the pyramids and other megalithic structures with specific celestial arrangements suggests that these ancient builders were aware of this precession cycle and were attempting to create physical representations of these cosmic events. This raises the possibility that these structures were not just monuments, but rather a means of conveying a message or warning to future generations about the impending changes associated with the transition between eras. One of the most frustrating aspects of the pyramid and megalithic structure mystery is the apparent destruction of knowledge that has occurred throughout history. From the burning of the Library of Alexandria to the Spanish conquistadors' destruction of Mayan and Aztec codices, it seems that there has been a concerted effort to erase the historical record and sever our connection to the past. As a result, we find ourselves in a situation where we have lost much of the knowledge and understanding that our ancestors possessed. The inability to decipher the inscriptions on the pyramids and the untranslated manuscripts of the Jain religion in India are just a few examples of the vast amount of information that has been lost to us. The burning of the Library of Alexandria and the destruction of Mayan and Aztec codices by Spanish conquistadors are examples of the deliberate destruction of historical knowledge. The burning of the Library of Alexandria and the destruction of Mayan and Aztec codices by Spanish conquistadors are examples of the deliberate destruction of historical knowledge. The burning of the Library of Alexandria and the destruction of Mayan and Aztec codices by Spanish conquistadors are examples of the deliberate destruction of historical knowledge. Much of the knowledge and understanding possessed by our ancestors has been lost, leaving us unable to decipher the inscriptions on the pyramids and the untranslated manuscripts of the Jain religion. This loss of connection to the past has left us feeling intellectually impoverished and disconnected from the wisdom and insights of our ancestors. This loss of knowledge has left us feeling intellectually impoverished and disconnected from the wisdom and insights of our ancestors. It is a sobering reminder of the fragility of our historical record and the importance of preserving and protecting our cultural heritage. The mystery of the pyramids and other ancient megalithic structures continues to captivate and challenge us. As we uncover more evidence and explore alternative theories, the debate surrounding their origins and purpose only seems to grow more complex and intriguing. Whether the pyramids were built by human hands alone, or with the assistance of a more advanced civilization, or even by a race of giant beings, the fact remains that these structures represent a level of engineering and astronomical knowledge that far exceeds what we typically associate with ancient civilizations. The alignment of these structures with the stars and constellations, as well as the legends and traditions that have been passed down through the ages, suggest that there is much more to the story than we currently understand. As we continue to explore and unravel the mysteries of the past, it is important to remain open-minded and to approach these questions with a spirit of curiosity and wonder. By doing so, we may just uncover the secrets that have eluded us for centuries and gain a deeper understanding of our own place in the grand tapestry of human history.